What is up, everybody? Welcome back to RC's Gateway to Comics, and today we are going to be getting into one of the most important steps in the creation process for a story. And that part of the process is actually writing. Now, as I said that, some of you may be just like shaking in your boots and saying, I was okay with the creating process up until now. And a lot of people have trouble with that because they create all this stuff, they get all their characters situated, they know who their heroes are, who their villains are, they have all that stuff figured out, all the character designs are there, and then they take up their pencil or their keyboard or whatever the hell they decide to use to write, and they freeze. And that may be just some sense of, I'm not ready yet. What if I get into it and I don't enjoy it? And what if I'm forgetting something? Am I prepared enough to get into this? And whenever it comes to that, you just need to tell yourself, just do it. Just sit down and write. And there's several ways that you can do this. If, like in the previous video, you had a plot outline that you have already written up or in your head, however you wanted to do it, you can either go in and you can write the parts that you're most looking forward to, or you can go in and start at the beginning and just go from there. That's the way that I do it, because whenever I'm writing something, I have certain parts of the story that I want to get to. There was a point in the last couple books in this series that I really wanted to get to. I had it playing out in my head like a movie, and I was constantly looking forward to it because it was motivation to me to continue writing. Because once I would get to that point and I would finally be able to write down what I was seeing in my head, it was a sense of relief and being able to have on the screen or on the paper what I had playing out in my brain, in my little movie theater of a brain. It was it was it was like a reward was being given to me because I was finally at that point and I had worked through all the boring parts and the parts that are the most difficult to get through. I had gotten through, at that point, several books. And I'd gone through, at that point, probably 2 books. And when I finally got to that point, I reached it. And then after I was done typing it up, I was looking on to the next one. Because once that scene was on the page, I could finally stop thinking about it. So it's almost a way of like pestering yourself and making yourself want to get to a point because you want to have it written down. Because you can finally stop thinking about it because it's actually put onto the paper. It is there in black and white. I wanted to say ink, but it was mostly on my computer, but it was printed out eventually, obviously. So that's the way that I do things because I find that it works the best for me. Some other people go in and they pick out their most important parts or the parts that stick out to them, and they start by writing those. Now, I have heard this rumor, but I'm not sure if it is true. And this is something that has to do with like J.K. Rowling and her writing. that there was a rumor that she had. No. So I've heard that she wrote the ending of the entire Harry Potter series before she wrote any of the other books. Or if she did, then it was back whenever it was like in the first book and she had all the other stuff planned out. But seeing that, it does let you think that there can be other ways of writing other than just starting at the front and going all the way to the end. So if you have a fight scene that you are really looking forward to, or there's like your main character's kiss for the first time, and you really wanted to put that down on paper, go ahead and put it down on paper. Because the beauty of that is you're still in the rough draft phase. And whenever you're in the rough draft phase, you can go in after you're done with getting all this stuff typed out, and you can change it. You can make it all cohesive. And it will flow whenever you're done with that, and you don't have to necessarily go all in order. Granted, if you have a story that follows a lot of different characters and they all have different story arcs throughout the actual story, that might be a little bit more complicated because you wouldn't know how it would all line up. But again, the magic of a plot outline, you can have all of that stuff written down beforehand and you won't necessarily have to worry about it. And if there's problems, you can always go in and make those changes. So, what do you guys think is your best way of writing a story? Do you start at the beginning and work your way to the end? Or do you guys pick your favorite parts and write them down first? I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are on this. And if you have any other ways that you write, maybe from the end to the front, I don't know, that sounds like madness to me, but if you happen to do anything like that, then leave a comment down below because I am genuinely curious. Also, if you would, please like this video and subscribe to the channel so we can continue to keep growing this space so that we can continue to give you guys more lessons on comics, writing, and eventually there will be art stuff on this channel as well. Also, if you enjoy pirate stories, then check out my 5-book-long fiction series, the Red Sky series. It follows a crew of pirates who are trying to become the most notorious pirates to sail the seas, all the while trying to evade the English Navy and fighting against magical monsters. All at the same time as the pirate captain is trying to win the heart of the daughter of a Commodore. So, those are available on Amazon and Kindle, and I hope you enjoy them. Thank you guys all for watching, and I will see all of you in the next video. Peace out.